Robert Morris wins 83-69 over St. Francis University. Talk about this big win, Anna Nikki, over your in-state rival.
Yeah, it was a big win because we wanted so much. We are in the first position right now, so it was a tough game. We came here to play hard. We did it. We knocked out so we got this.
I just want to hear from you what it means to have a deeper bench. Again, Randy Jackson logging a lot of minutes. She's been injured for a few games. You Lou Matali able to be healthy in there. You have so many other girls to go to that it just showed how deep you were and how versatile you could be on offense.
Right. We had 2 injuries last week. Randy and Lou, they came back. They both helped so much, especially Randy at the point because St. Francis pressing the whole game. We know that before, so everybody helps. It's all about teamwork. I've said it so many times.
Keeps you guys fresh too.
Yeah, I mean, we need our shots, take some breaths, and get back in.
83-69, the final score. Robert Morris wins. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Anna Nikki Stamel-Lamprou, Colonial's freshman guard, and we're now going to be joined by Colonial's associate head coach, Charlie Biscaglia, here at Press Row. We'll give him a second to get his.
Gotta warm it up. Gotta warm it up.
Family, all right. Holy smokes.
And now we're joined by Colonial's associate head coach, Charlie Biscaglia. Coach Charlie, congratulations on a very, very big victory over your in-state rival. It's great to win every NEC game, but something's a little bit more special when it comes against the Red Flash.
Oh, it's a rivalry game, and we worked really hard coming in. I thought we had great week of practice, and I thought we prepared them really well for the style of game that they were going to play. We were talking about that the other day, about style of play and how important that was going to be in this matchup. And I thought, for the first half they had the lead, but I still think we had the style of play, we had the control, and you could see it really bothered them down the stretch. They rotate 11 players, and I felt that we were the ones with more energy down the stretch than they were because we just, we got them caught up in our style, our tempo, and at the end of the game, we attacked them. They attacked us for the first 30, and in the last 10 minutes, we didn't pull back. We attacked that press, and we attacked the basket, and I thought the kids did a great job of focusing and executing the game plan.
Yeah, you guys really came alive in that second half and able to get in the driver's seat for the victory. But our Miss Banu, as you look down here, 25 points, 19 rebounds, and it almost pains me to see this, 1 assist away from a triple-double. I don't know if you guys knew about that stat, but I saw more from her in this game that if any Olympic scouts or whoever's going to see her, this is an overall performance where she was really trying to help her teammates score even as her first thing to do than even what she did scoring, and got it all done on the stat sheet.
Teams are not just going to allow her to get a lot of touches a lot early, especially early in the game. Game plans are always fresh in the beginning. As the game winds down and as you make adjustments and you get other people involved, then things open up more. I think at the end of the game, that post up that she had in the lane where she had the N1, she went middle, I thought that was a big part of the game where she, we showed that, for the first 30 minutes, they weren't going to allow that. But down the last 10, because Navarro's ready to hit a shot and Nikki's ready to hit a shot, we're ready to drive the lane. Kelly's dropping from the high post behind for the dump off. I think they were at that point, hey, we can't just rely on double Spanu, get all over her, and nobody's going to hurt us. She found the open players, and then at the end of the game, her shots came from, them guessing twice about, hey, should we come get her? Should we go and cover the high post? And I thought she played a very heady game today. This was something that in her freshman year, it would have been a very tough thing for her to handle, and I thought she handled it really well today, distributing the ball, finding Olagende, finding Hartwell, and also finding the shooters on the perimeter. She had a premier game. It's sad to see her come up 1 assist short, but what can you do? Can we give her one? Then somebody.
Yeah, she's done everything else historically in Robert Morris women's basketball. You might as well just give her them all.
You'll have to talk to Ken Baker.
Couldn't have been 3 or 4 dribbles and say it's still an assist.
Right. Well, point guards love those kinds of assists. Right. One negative of this basketball game, and obviously with this big win against the in-state conference rival, there's not a lot of negatives that can be taken out of it, but still haven't found an answer for Allie Williams.
Allie Williams is tough. She has a motor like I've never seen. The girl is from freshman year to now, she looks like a completely different person. She's in great shape. She runs. She presses. She's the key part of their press. And, she really works hard. So, I think her baskets are a lot has to do with the work ethic that she has. She's able to step out and shoot it. She's able to drive it from the high post. Very complete player, and that's why she does so well and she scores so many points, because they're not ready to keep up with her motor and they're not ready to keep up with her ability to score. And she'll go inside out, and at the end of the game, that was their strategy down the stretch. They wanted to go into her when we were small, and they wanted to put her on the perimeter when we were big on her. And you could see that she's a tough guard. So when we play them again, we're going to have to remember that Allie Williams is their go-to player, and she's the motor that keeps them running.
And I asked Anna about this, but just how deep Robert Morris was in this game. You got Randy Jackson to get off of an injury, Lou Matali too, and ironically, this was the team she had her season end a season ago, so it gets kind of revenge here coming back against St. Francis. Right. But we saw Randy Jackson get a lot of minutes in that second half and really showed how much chemistry she had with the team. What did having this depth do for you guys? Because it almost was a different team, even though it's also another win. This was a team that could potentially beat anybody on the floor with how deep you were and how well you guys played so all the way through.
Yeah, I think everybody's kind of finding their role, and I think players had to adjust their game and get a little bit better with certain areas, like Navarro working on her defense. She always could shoot the ball, but we hit her down the stretch playing defense. That's what makes us deep. And that's what gives us the opportunity now to rotate all throughout the game. It's easy in the first half, but when you get those crunch time minutes, you need to be able to go to people and say, she's going to kill us on defense, or she's not going to put the ball in the basket. I think everybody's kind of learning and understanding, elevating their game, working on the other things, and that's why we've been able to go deep, and it does give us a whole different look. I mean, they rotated 11. If we couldn't go deep today, we would have got beat. There's no question about it.
That's definitely true.
We had to rotate. I had to, we were mixing things up. We went small early for a lot. We were putting combinations we hadn't had on the floor before. But we had to make sure, this was the most challenging job I had. I do the rotations. I do the substituting. This was by far the most challenging job I've had.
Well, good job.
Well, I look back at it in the first half and I say, I made some mistakes. Some lineups were tough for us. But I had to make sure I preserved players that I was going to look to go to down the stretch. Hartwell was one of them. And Hartwell was one they only got, I think, 3 or 5 minutes in the first half. And you see how many she wound up with at the end of the game, 16. So she played more than half of the second half, and she was in down the stretch, and she got some big buckets for us, some big offensive rebounds and putbacks. So that was my challenge. I made some mistakes today, but, at the end of the day, I think we had the kids on the floor at the end that we needed to overcome any run, any comeback at the end.
Before we talk about Wagner on Monday, talk about the free throw shooting. It was a bugaboo for that 3-game road trip against Virginia Tech, Central Connecticut State, and Sacred Heart. 16 of 17 today, second best free throw percentage in program history. The only time it was better was when the Colonials were perfect back in 1999 against CCSU.
We were stressing free throws. I mean, it just really bothered us when we were going 60 and 50%, from, in between 50 and 60. And we said, we just can't take these points off the board. We got to get to free throws. So we've taken more. We've taken a lot of tired free throws, and we've focused on the fundamentals again, especially with the freshmen. Really made me feel good to see Janae Brown hit those two. I need to know that Janae Brown could come into the game when we need a ball handler and also get fouled and be able to make free throws. We can't just pull her out every time at the end of the game saying, well, she won't hit a free throw. We need to be able to give her the ball. She's our point guard and handle it and then be able to make the free throw. So we stressed it a lot. No matter what you do in practice, when the lights go on, you got to do it in the game, and they did it. So it was a good moment for us on the free throw line. We got to build off it.
Less than 48 hours away from your next game, the final game of a 4-game road stand, homestand rather, as you take on the Wagner Seahawks.
Yeah, Wagner just went out and beat Sacred Heart last week, so they obviously got something going for them. They got some momentum, and I've seen them on film a little bit again because we're playing other opponents, and I saw them a little bit. They play hard, and I think she's doing a good job of getting the momentum back of that program. So we're expecting a team to come in here and give us a lot of energy, give us a lot of fight, and like I said, they just knocked off Sacred Heart, so Sacred Heart beat us. So you could see what they're capable of, and I haven't studied them as much as I should have to really comment on them. So I just expect another hard-fought game, and we've got to preserve home court. We've got to take 2 at home now. This is a big game for us. We need to make sure we protect the home court that we have, and I think the players are understanding that more. And Wagner's going to give us a good battle. We'll be ready.
Coach Charlie, thanks a lot for your time. We'll talk to you again on Monday.
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations.
Again, your final score: 83-69. Robert Morris defeating the St. Francis University Red Flash. RMU is now 4-1 in Northeast Conference play, 8-8 on the season. For Mike Ostley, I'm Adam Gusky. We'll talk to you again on Monday.